Hey, what is up? My name is Hondro and I am a filmmaker. I've been a member of the Sam Kolder Masterclass for the last 6 months. Sam has just reopened the enrollment phase and you now have until the end of June to sign up for the course. Today we're going to be talking about my experiences over the last 6 months and whether or not it's worth it for you to sign up. So first things first, the course comes in at a pretty expensive price tag. You have two options for paying. You can pay $1,000 USD up front, or you can do 3 payments over 3 months at $370 per payment. The grand total of the payment plan comes out to $1,110. So really that's just up to you about how you want to pay. When I signed up for this course, I paid $800 USD up front, except the difference was nobody could really share their experience with me. We got a discounted price in the first enrollment because a lot of the modules were incomplete and nobody could really speak to what the Facebook group atmosphere was like, what it's like to enter the contest or what the contests are about. But that's why I'm really making this video today, is because I know what it's like to be in your shoes and contemplating this decision, and I really just want to help you with this decision-making process. With that being said, I will link the course below in the description. It is an affiliate link, and if you do purchase through that link, it does help me out a lot, and I would really appreciate that, and it supports me in my filmmaking journey. So God bless anybody who does, man, because I appreciate you. All right, let's move on with this. I'm just gonna do a brief look at the course with you, and right away we're gonna hop right in and let's see what it's all about. The whole time I've been a student, we've been using a Thinkific website. Sam Kolder and his team just switched us over to a completely custom website, and honestly, it's so much better. So I'm pretty stoked on this new layout. So if you come into the modules tab, this is where all the learning is. We have 11 modules, and I did some math for you guys, but basically if you come over to the dashboard here, you get a quick look at the modules. So one video, 21 minutes. There's a total of 840 minutes for the course, and that works out to 14 hours. So there's 14 hours of content, and the total video count is 98 videos. Now I will quickly mention that the bulk of the course is focused on Premiere Pro and After Effects. So you see we have 98 videos in total, 26 of them are Premiere Pro, so 1/4 of them are Premiere Pro. After Effects you have 17, and then video transitions and breakdowns are also After Effects. So you have 28 After Effects videos. So let's just go through these like real quick. I'm just gonna give like a quick 2 cents on each of these. So my creative process, it's only one video, and Sam basically just talks about, you know, his journey. Like this is what he goes through, okay? Like this is like how he becomes a filmer. Starts as a construction dude. Okay, so it turns out I was entirely wrong about that video. That video is actually about how he approaches his creative journey and what he's learned over the past few years about approaching projects. Data management, this is super useful. I mean, this is basically how he organizes his files, okay? So he sits down, talks with you with some of his guys, or no, he's alone in this one. But yeah, basically, if you don't have the file structure, like you gotta learn it. So it's pretty good that he threw it in there. It's also cool to see how a pro organizes their files, basically. That is kind of like the theme of this. Like it's cool to see how Sam Kolder does everything. So moving on, we got Premiere Pro here. A lot of this stuff is more beginner stuff, but honestly, like if you don't know the basics, like you gotta build from the ground up. It's like the building blocks, right? The best example I have for this is he has 3 videos on keyboard shortcuts, and this is what made me see like, okay, Sam Kolder actually cares about teaching these people and he genuinely wants the best. Him and one of his colleagues, I guess, Rob, who you'll meet if you join the course, they made their own keyboard shortcuts. They made like a whole customized keyboard shortcut, and in the videos, it's just like he gives it to you for free to download. I mean, obviously, like you paid for the course, but it's not like you have to pay extra or anything, and you can just plug that into your Premiere Pro and just like go from there, and he literally teaches you all the keyboard shortcuts and how, like, it's why he's so fast and efficient at editing. And yeah, I mean, that's just like one thing. Another thing he does as we move on to After Effects, so Hondro from the editing room here, I just quickly want to mention, so like the Premiere Pro side of the course is a lot of the foundational stuff, but there is really interesting stuff in there as well, such as like all the color grading and the sound design. and how he does some of the transitions inside of Premiere Pro. In After Effects, you get to learn the basics first, and then he does do a deep dive into some of his most complex compositions and transitions, and that's kind of where the fun starts, and that's where you go from an intermediate editor to an elite editor if you stick with it and put in the work. Cool. After Effects, real quick, this is kind of like the basics of After Effects. Like, I really didn't know much about After Effects when I started this course, and it's pretty cool because he teaches you like how to track something on the most basic level. You can track overlays, stuff like that. But in the After Effects stuff is really when he starts to give you clips, and you can have like, he does the whole drone, the first 4 clips, those 3 transitions, the whole drone reel introduction, his like famous scene or whatever where there's like those crazy transitions. He walks you through everything, but he gives you all the 4 clips, so you can literally do it with him. And I don't know, that's like the only way you're really gonna get good at this stuff, right? So yeah, it's 14 hours, but like 14 hours of content, but if you watch the FPV section, you're not just gonna learn how to fly FPV, right? You gotta put in the work yourself. That's kind of like the catch with everything. Like, if you're actually going through these videos, you're gonna be like pressing pause all the time, like doing it on your own as well. Okay, so once you're finished with After Effects, I mean, you kind of can go all over the place once you're in the course, but the video transitions and breakdowns are probably the coolest part of the whole course. This is my favorite, and I would say most people looking to sign up for this course are already an intermediate editor. They're already getting some work, they already know some things, and they're just trying to get to that elite, like Sam's the GOAT, right? Like, we're all like, yo, I'm trying to be GOAT level too, G. So video transitions and breakdowns are basically Sam's most difficult pieces of work, and this is where you're gonna really elevate your skill set. And he's been uploading to this, which is really cool. Like, when I started in this course, the only thing was the wave transition, and boat and lightning composition came in like after a month, and then he started to put these out one by one. Like, these came out once every 2 weeks or something, and it was cool to see him like keep uploading to this course and keep joining, like keep contributing to the course. All these new videos down here are about the new DJI launch video that he just did, and it's cool that he's just like constantly uploading to them, and you know, there's a little icon new telling you what's new down here. Yeah, that's really like definitely the most exciting part. Below that, this again is like good stuff to know. So Additional Programs, Guide to FPV Drones. Additional Programs is like real steady and what he uses that for. There's only 3 videos in there. Guide to FPV Drones is great if you want to learn it. I'm not making enough money right now to be investing in FPV drones, something I'd love to learn. It is great that he has it in there, but it's definitely not for everybody, so keep that in mind. The business section it's okay. In my opinion, the business section could be better, but it's really cool. He sits down with his manager here, and they do talk about like business as a whole. I've taken business courses for videography before, and they've been a lot more useful, to be honest. He doesn't talk about business strategy, but he talks about really good things to know, like revenue streams and stuff like that. And every now and then they do like live chats. They've had a live chat with the manager and spoken strictly about business, and yeah, I would say it's like good. Like, I would give it like 7 out of 10. I just think it could be better. In the old Thinkific website, it would tell us when they were planning a video, but it wasn't posted yet. And one of them was how to grow your social media, and that's still not in the course yet. So it's something I'd like to see, but he has been uploading a lot to the course, so maybe it will come soon. Moving on to gear, shooting, technicalities. Basically, when you click on any of these, it'll say it's a beginner course. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just cool to see how Sam does it. In the shooting one, I really wish like he talked more about what his mindset was when he's on set, and like how he shoots for the most opportunity in the editing room. He doesn't really talk about that. He just talks about like what types of shots there are. And yeah, maybe there's new videos in there that I haven't checked out yet, or maybe he'll upload to it soon. Gear, again, it's just cool to see what gear he's using, and he talks about, you know, his camera bag, stuff like that. And then technicalities, if you don't have this base foundation, it's great, but again, it's basically just beginner kind of stuff where it's talking about the 180-degree rule, ISO, shutter speed, aperture, all those things. One thing that's new on the course over here too is if you scroll down, they got business templates. So they're starting to share actual templates they use. They share like a contract with you and stuff like that. I think they're gonna be sharing more in there, like business, like email pitches and stuff like that. Talks about the team. There's Rob, who I was talking about earlier. You'll see all these people in the Facebook group. Now this is new. This is the event calendar. I like this because it talks about live chats, contests coming up. You can win a Canon R6 starting June 15th. Pretty cool. There's student discounts, I guess. And then this is the last thing I want to talk about. It's join the Discord server and the Facebook group. Honestly, what you have to kind of understand about what Sam Kolder is doing with this, and he's doing honestly a great job. Like, they're putting in a ton of effort into this masterclass, and I definitely feel it as a consumer or a student, I guess you could say. The Discord server is kind of cool. I'm gonna group it with the Facebook group because you can be on either one. But really what they're trying to do with this course is create a community of creatives. And people in the Facebook group are constantly asking questions about problems they're having. People are posting their work, and people are always interacting with each other. People are also finding new creatives like nearby, like people in their own town, or like, hey, I'm going on a trip to Costa Rica, does anyone want to come? And it's pretty crazy, but people are surprisingly down to just jet out there and meet new people. Yeah, so like if you are looking to make friends that are filmmakers or just ask advice from other people kind of on the same journey as you, it is great as well. And then the last thing, there's like a shop thing. This is something that I personally don't think is valuable. They give you discounts. So like, let's see, you get 10% off the Zhiyun crane, but the thing is like, is that directly valuable to you? And this is where it comes down to, is like, what are you actually getting from this course? Don't get me wrong about the shop site. When you do need to buy something, it is pretty cool how many places we can get discounts from just by being a member. But let's face it, I don't think it's direct value when you're purchasing. So when you're looking at paying $1,000 USD, is it really a benefit to get 10%, 20%, 50% off some things? To me, I don't see value in it, but maybe you do. So yeah, that is just a general look at the inside of the course there. And now we are gonna move on to the grand question. Is it worth it? For bloody hell, is it worth that price tag? Like, seriously, why is it gonna cost so much? Like, if it was 300 bucks, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. 1,000 G's? I mean, 1 G? Way too much, bro. All seriousness, I think whether or not this course is worth it boils down to just a few things. The first thing I'm gonna say is, what software are you using? If you're not in Premiere Pro and After Effects, like, especially if you're not in After Effects, like if you're in Premiere Pro just learning, I would say it's gonna be worth it because one day you can learn After Effects. If you're in Final Cut Pro just learning, or you're in Davinci Resolve learning, or any other software, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's not worth it. You need to like follow along with the program he's in, especially if you're a beginner, you're gonna struggle to follow along. If you're an advanced editor and you're already in Final Cut or Davinci Resolve, you can at least follow the techniques he's using and apply them to your editing software. So yeah, I mean, like over 50% of the videos are Premiere Pro and After Effects. So I just want you to think about that. If those are the softwares you're working in, that's a good sign. If they're not, I would really think about what you're hoping to get out of this course. Now, aside from what editing software you're using, I want you to really think about this. What do you really want out of the course, and how is it being marketed to you? Okay? When I was in the decision-making process trying to buy it, I was like, I want to be like Sam Kolder. Like, he's a GOAT. Like, I'm trying to be on that elitist level. But you can't buy that knowledge, okay? It actually comes at a separate price tag of $1,000, and I'm gonna get more into that. But the point I'm trying to get at is, the way this course is often marketed to you is like, we work with brands. The brands involved haven't really done anything but hosted contests. I personally don't see any value in the contests. How many contests have I won before entering this course? 0. How many contests have I won now that I'm in the course? 0. They're all editing contests, they're all filming contests. There's currently 1,700 members. Every single one is a talented editor, and probably by the end of this like round, there's gonna be 3,000 plus talented editors. The point I'm trying to get at is your chances of winning are slim. So don't let that trick you into signing up like, I could win a sweet camera. No. That's not direct value. You do have a chance, but let's just say 99% of the people enrolling for the course are not gonna win anything, so let's not count that as value. The other thing with that, they always say, you have a chance to come with me, like come join Sam Kolder on an actual filming trip. Somebody does get to do that, and I'm stoked for them. That's a sick experience. But 99% of people are not gonna get that experience. So don't let that fool you into thinking that's direct value. That's not something you get by paying for the course, okay? That's one thing I just had to get off my chest there. Now, is the course worth it? This is the biggest thing I just wanna drive home. Paying 1,000 USD for the course, 100% worth it. I'm not gonna lie, like the value Sam Kolder is providing, this course is crazy. Like he goes all in, the content is phenomenal. He really cares. He's doing live videos every week. Sometimes the live videos only have 14 viewers and he's still going all in, bringing on guests and just like contributing to the community because he cares. And you can tell that from a student perspective. But this is what it comes down to. It comes down to you. You say you want to be at the top caliber, but do you really want it? Anybody can watch 14 hours of content. By watching all the content in the course, you're not going to be Sam Kolder's level of editor. The reason why Sam is up here is not because he took a course. It's because he has a lethal work ethic. He works really, really hard, and you have to too if you want to be on that level. Now hear me out. What I'm trying to get at here is, before you buy this course, I want you to think, when will you have time to develop your skill set? I bought it knowing I didn't have time, but I was like, I'm gonna get to it one day. And it's honestly been pretty hard to make time down the road. So I want you to think, can I have 10 hours a week where I'm gonna dedicate myself to the learning? It's not about watching the videos of the keyboard shortcuts. It's about downloading the keyboard shortcuts, installing it on your computer, going through some sample footage with Sam and his videos and learning the keyboard shortcuts and learning it. We're all busy, but you really have to dedicate that time and put in hours, like 10 hours a week for 6 months, more than that if you can. Like, really think about when you can dedicate that time. In the old website on Thinkific, it used to show your percentage of completion of the course. And there was a Facebook group post where somebody posted, it was like 3 months in, is anybody still at 17% complete? And like all these people were commenting. It's so easy to pay $1,000. The higher price tag is devoting yourself to developing yourself. Because if you're gonna sign up, it's not worth it if you don't do the course. But if you dedicate yourself and you learn these transitions and you learn how to be a good editor, and then one day you're working for a client, you're going through your selects, you're like, oh, I think I know how to put these two. Next thing you know, beautiful, seamless transition, fired off to the client. They're all like, what? Like, how you do this, G? And you're like, bro, I've been up in this course, I know my shit, dog. And then you can start charging double, and like the reward from like a client saying that and being able to do that, tenfold worth it. But you won't achieve that by paying $1,000. So look me in the face, tell me, do I really want this? Look in the mirror, tell yourself, like, what is your work ethic? When are you gonna make time for this course? And how are you gonna accomplish this? Because really, it's a journey of learning. It's not just a, oh, I have the course. He's gonna keep uploading content. You gotta stay with it, you gotta keep learning. Sam Kolder is still learning and still becoming a better editor. And you have to be doing the same thing if you wanna be at the very top of the game. All right, I hope that was enough information. I hope I didn't rag on your work ethic too hard. But really, I just tried to give you a snapshot of what this course looks like, my overall thoughts. The live chats, the Facebook group, the course content is all great. Just ask yourself, really, do I want this, and when can I make time for this? Because I truly believe in investing in yourself. I can't become a janitor. I can't be sweeping floors. I can't be a garbage man. I'm gonna be a filmmaker, dog. and you are too. So let's do it with me, sign up for the course. Hit that link in the description below. Help support your boy on this channel, and I will see you in the Facebook group. Don't forget to say what up once you sign up for the course. Thanks so much, and I will see you soon. It's a wind up. And I got mid-lens, telephoto. I cannot wait to shoot with this thing. Just look at it.